Hello, and welcome back to Hitman 2 and the featured contracts. And today's contract, Frotes Speedrun Whittleton Creek, set in Whittleton Creek. So, as with the last speedrun, there is no briefing for this one as it is part of a competition, and today was brought to us by Frotes 7. So today's challenge, we have 5 targets available to us, one of which must be killed with an explosive device, and we're not allowed to change disguise. So for this one we have some coins in Helen's garage, our silenced pistol, our ever trusty lockpick, and I've brought with me the pale duck explosive device. So right from the start, off the bat, what we're going to do is work our way anti-clockwise around the map. So we will be making our way to Helen West's house first of all, and we're going to grab that newspaper just there because that may come in handy later on. We may not need it, but you never know. So we're going to continue on towards Helen West's house, and we're going to set up our second kill, which will be the explosion kill. So we're going to make our way around into Helen West's garden and make our way up onto the veranda or the balcony at the back door area here, making sure that the target isn't in the area. And we're going to drop our rubber duck just outside of the door there, and we're going to vault back over the fence. And for the purposes of the video, I am going to wait around here just to make sure that the target is the person who collects our rubber duck. So it could take him a couple of minutes to go through his routine, as we had just missed him leaving the house, but he has spotted our little present for him and has gone to collect it. So we're going to make our way now around to the front of Helen West's house, and we're going to trigger the conversation between the guard and the gardener over here, and we're going to wait by Helen West's garage. And once this conversation has played out and the guard walks off, the gardener will go back to his daily duties. We can then lockpick our way into Helen West's garage, and at this point we're going to double check on the gardener, who should be leaving. There he goes, and we're going to make our way to Janice's house next door and straight up the drain pipe if the guard in the garden isn't looking this way. He does walk up and down the side of the house, so make sure he has his back turned before we can scoot up the drain pipe and into the bathroom window. And there is our target right there. He's one of the patrolling guards of the first floor, and luckily for us he patrols in this little spare study area. So we're going to make our way, when the coast is clear, out of the bathroom and into the study, and we're just going to wait in the corner of the room here for our target to arrive. And he's going to make his way into the room and over to the window, and we're going to wait for the door to close before we shoot him in the head. There we go. And where we were hiding is right next to a closet, so we're going to take his body and hide his body in the closet provided, and that is one target down. 4 more to go. We're going to grab his assault gun there, his submachine gun, just in case once again we may get to use it as a distraction. And we're now going to retrace our steps with no one looking in our direction back into the bathroom, checking on the guard downstairs out in the garden, who is currently well in our way. But once he turns around and walks off, we can exit via the window and back down the drain pipe. And we're now going to make our way into Helen West's garage after first ringing the doorbell. And I forgot to ring the doorbell, and now I've remembered. So we're going to go back to the front of the house. You can collect the coins now if you wish. I only grabbed them there because I'd made the mistake of not ringing the doorbell. So once we've rung Helen West's doorbell, we're going to vault over the balcony into the garage. We're going to close the garage door behind us and collect our coins that we have stashed up, and Helen West will go and answer that door. leaving us an opportunity to take out the server she has the conversation with in the kitchen. So we're going to sneak up behind him, render him unconscious, grab his body, and we're going to drag him back into the garage and into the deep freeze. And all the while that we're doing this, Helen West is wondering why there was no one at the door. And she's going to make her way back into the kitchen, and we need to be aware of our target, who frequents the garden for the most part but does come into the house every now and then. And there will also be the mayor or the mayoral candidate knocking on the door at any moment, so we do need to time this quite well. So there goes the door, and the guard is in the house, but he's gone into the bathroom. So we're just going to follow Helen West towards the front door. We're going to intercept her before she gets there, render her unconscious, and we're going to drag her into the living room area where there is a closet provided. Now I'm thinking I've got myself enough time to lay a coin trap for our target, but it turns out I'm a few seconds behind schedule, and there he is. So I've dropped all my coins and I've run ahead. Luckily he hasn't actually seen them, so I'm just going to replace one of my coins because it was a little bit out of place. So what we're doing here is we're leaving a trail of coins from the bathroom around to the closet where we have hidden Helen West. And now that our trap is in place, all we have to do is wait for our target to return. And we are waiting a number of minutes because we have just missed him on his routine, but he will make his way back into the property, and on his way to the bathroom he will spot that first coin, which will lead him on his inevitable doom. So once he's gone for the first coin, he should see the second coin, and we're just going to walk up behind him with our remote explosive trigger in hand, and we're going to wait for him to get around that corner and collect up the third coin, and then we'll trigger the explosion, and we're going to make him disappear in a big black cloud. So as soon as we've detonated the explosion, we're going to grab his body, we're going to hide him in the same closet we put Helen West, we're going to retrieve one of our coins just in case, and we're going to exit via the window. And we're now going to make our way around to our next target, who is at the creek area, and he is one of the guards, or one of the police officers, and he's right over in the corner of the creek area by the wilderness section, and he is currently having a phone call with someone and moaning about something to do with Janus or Mr. Batty, or both. So once we're over just beyond these tall bushes just here, we're going to drop one of the weapons that we've collected, namely the SMG, and we're going to make our way a safe distance away. And when the guard finishes his conversation, he will go over to that area as part of his routine, and he will then see that gun and he will collect it up and take it away. And where he takes it is what's important, because he's going to take that gun into the basement of the house for sale, or the house that we're stood outside of. So we're just going to wait for him to collect up the gun and make his way into the house for sale. And the door is locked, but he will open it, and there is a key just in the plant pot to the right of the door anyway. But once we're inside the house safely, we can then pull out our silenced pistol, and we're going to follow the guard down into the basement. And once the guard is about halfway down the stairs or so, we're just going to shoot him in the head. So there's our third target. We're just going to collect up his body, and we're going to drag him behind the stairs here where there is a convenient freezer. So 2 more targets to go, and the last 2 are relatively easy. In fact, they're excruciatingly easy. Our next target is the server in the open house, in the Wilson's house, and he's the guy all on his own in a room on an upper floor that nobody else really goes up and visits. There is a couple who pop up every now and again, but we've only just triggered their conversation downstairs, so they're going to be a while, unfortunately for this guy. So we're just going to burst straight into the room, shoot him in the head, and then we're going to drag him into the bedroom opposite and into a convenient closet. There we go, nice and snug. So that leaves us with one more target to go, and our final target is the guard guarding the park shed, who, if you've played through any of the assassination challenges, will know how easy this guy is to dispatch, either rendering unconscious for his outfit or his gun, or as a target as he is here. So we're going to exit the Wilson's house and make our way straight over to the park shed, and it's at this point we will use any of the items that we've collected, the newspaper or our coins, and we're going to throw that at the back wall of the shed, and we're just going to wait on the far side of the window here with our gun ready but not visible, and we're just going to wait for the guard to come around. The coin that we've thrown has distracted him, and once he goes for the coin we can pull out our silenced pistol and shoot him in the head. And that's our last target. Just to keep our silent assassin rating, we are going to dump his body into the shed where there is an awaiting closet, just the right size. So we're going to throw his body into the shed, jump through after him, stash him into the closet, and we are good to go. So all that's left to do now is to make good our escape, so we're going to head straight for the bus stop exit. So there we go, one more featured contract taken care of. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.